Hi, I'm Sherry here at the Little Beading Closet. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful rose petal flower bracelet. The first step of this bracelet is making the flower for the center, and then we'll work on the band, and then add some cute beads at the bottom to finish it off. So today's tutorial will be the whole thing. If you want just the flower, that's the first half. But if you want to make the entire bracelet, all the instructions are included in today's tutorial. Let's go ahead and make one of these petal flowers for our bracelet. You need 8 2mm rondelle crystals, or you can use a 2mm round, a 4mm round crystal, 4 size 6 seed beads, and 4 of the petal beads. I'm going to start by picking up the seed beads, bringing them down near the end of my thread. I'll needle back through all the seed beads one time, and then back into the first one. Really, I want to make this a tight unit of right angle weave. I'm going to come around to where the working thread and tail will end up meeting. So following along. Almost there. I'm going to knot them. And I want to pull this very tight. It doesn't hurt to take a pair of pliers to hold onto your tail, just so you have a lot of strength there to really pull that knot tight. I'm going to knot it one more time. Again, just pulling on the tail and working thread, and then needling one bead past my knot. I'm finished with the tail, and I can go ahead and trim that off. So you should have a very secure right angle weave at this point, and that's what you need to start. Next, you need a petal bead and a 2mm crystal rondelle, or a round, whichever one you're using. So with the petal bead, they're curved. One side is indented. So we're going to be coming through the bead and up through the side that's indented. And that's going to sit between the 2 size 6 seed beads. It will end up going on top, but for now, just so you can see. And then pick up your crystal and drop the crystal down on top of your petal bead. Skipping over your crystal, needle back through the petal bead, and you're going to want to pull the crystal on top of the petal, and then needle into the next size 6 seed bead. That will pull this petal more towards the middle of your seed beads. Just try to get the slack out of the line, pulling tight. It's easier to do when you start adding the rest of the petals. Again, with our petal bead, we want the indented part facing up. Needle through the petal bead, bringing it down the thread towards the center, adding your crystal, dropping it down on top of the petal bead, skipping over the crystal, come back through your petal, and the next size 6 seed bead. Sometimes you have to hold on to the crystal, get all the slack out, keep pulling it until you do. Then you have your second one on, and continue for the other two. Adding my last flower petal and crystal, and coming into the next size 6 seed bead. Turning it over here. You're going to needle through the next petal, coming back up to the front. And through the crystal. And now we're going to take our remaining crystals and connect between the petals into each crystal. This project is a little bit loose until we get all the way around on this step. So just keep adding your 2mm crystals. Picking one up, coming into the next one. And the last one, back to where you started. I'm going to retrace these 2mm crystals here in the middle. This time it's really going to tighten it up. As we go around, you can see it pulling it in and tightening it up. After I've retraced it, we're going to add the 4mm in the center, coming out of this crystal here, picking up your 4mm, needle into the crystal on the opposite side, and then pop that down into the center. Needle back through your crystal. Through the other side of this one here. And back down your petal bead. If you feel like your flower is just a little loose or you want it to be tighter, you can go ahead and retrace the size 6 seed bead on the back. Come through your petal bead and just the one crystal above it. And then back down your petal bead. Pulling tight through the seed bead on the back. Come up through your petal bead. Through the one crystal above the petal bead. Just retrace your petals like that. If you want it to be a little more stiff, if for some reason it didn't get stiff going around the first time, you can just retrace it real quick. And that will help shore it all up and get it nice and secure. After retracing the petal beads, I'm just going to come through my thread and knot off my working thread. Maybe do that twice by coming through one more of my seed beads, needling through the thread, and adding another knot, and trimming off the tail. Now we have this nice secure flower ready to go to finish off the bracelet. And now to finish up the bracelet, we're going to be using the size 8 seed beads, some waxed linen cord, and if you want to add any sort of dingles down here at the bottom, go ahead and pick out an assortment of beads that you can attach, just whatever you like. And let's get started. Starting with the flower, I'm going to turn it over and thread this through one of the beads, coming down and evening it up, and then through here, sometimes I like to use a big guide needle just to hold onto my thread to make it easy to pull through. So again, down this one, and through here, I'm going to take my second piece of thread and put it through the big eye needle. Where these two threads are coming through the size 6 seed bead, I want to needle through there, pulling this through. Again, centering it up. Come through the next one. And then here. Coming up one more. Through here. So now we have the back threads on. Put a total of 9 size 8 seed beads down one of your threads, and then put 8 on your other thread, and then bring your thread through the 9th bead so they share it. So both sides cross through the 9th bead. Repeat that on this side too. Now that we have the seed beads all on, we're going to add the box knot strap. Go ahead and tape down part of your bracelet to a surface so it doesn't move. Take the thread and go under, bring it to the center, bringing this one on top. And this one on top. Again, under the middle, under this one, and pulling it together. Thread on the right. It's going to go on top. And this next thread is going to come on top. And then underneath these two and up through this hole. And pulling them together. Repeating that down. So the one on the right, on top of the 2 middle ones, forms this loop. The one on the left, we go on top of the threads, so it's on top, under the 2 middle ones, and up through the loop. Then we'll do that again for the one on the left. So alternating from the right to the left, make the loop. Bring this one on top of this one, underneath the 2 in the middle, and up through the loop. Then make your loop. Make sure you bring your thread up on top of this one, underneath these 2, and up through your loop. And slide the knot up and just continue working down. And this is only a 1.5 section that I did on both sides. Now that there's the box knot wrap on both sides of the bracelet, I'm going to be adding one more section to make a place for a slider, so there will be enough range of motion that you can slide it open and closed. So if you take a piece of paper and wrap it up, you can use that to hold your bracelet in place while you work. So we just want to go ahead and line up our strings, and you can always just tape it down to hold it in place easier. We'll be working with these 4 threads here. So we'll just be doing the same thing, but this time spanning the width of our 4 threads, making the loop, coming underneath the 4 threads, and up through the loop. I'm trying to keep the 4 threads flat. Going underneath all 4 in the middle, and up through my loop, pulling the knot. Just do this for this section here. After wrapping the center section and making sure my knots are tight, I'll trim off the extra. Now this will slide open and closed. And now you can just go ahead and pick out some beads to attach for your fringe. I hope you have a beautiful day and enjoyed this project.